Hello everyone, it's Doug, back with some more videos. Now these team sets, they're not going to be part of my chronological way of doing things because these are going to be reprints, so I don't count that. That makes sense. All these are going to be from the pre-1950s, but I still think they're pretty cool. So, we're going to do it. This is going to be part one. There's going to be probably at least a part two, maybe a part three. Something because I don't want to make these videos too long. So, let's get this going. This is a 1933 Delong. There was just one card. And it was of Charlie Gehringer. And there's the back. Alright. Up next is going to be the Goudeys. This is going to be 1933. Let's see. Get these set here. And as usual, I'm just going to show the back for just one of these because they're all basically the same. Up next is Billy, we'll call him Rochow. There's Victor. Good. George is kind of spooky looking. Fred Marbury. It's kind of funny, not maybe this particular set, but some of these reprints are actually a little bit expensive to buy these days. There's Tom Bridges. And Charlie Gehringer. And that was 1933. Up next is 1934 Goudeys. I hope I'm saying Goudey right. Here's Mickey. Oh, his first name is Gordon. Interesting. There's another Charlie. Good. Gerald. Tom Bridges. Henry Greenberg. The reprints are great, you know, when you can't afford, you know, the real thing. Don't have to worry about hunting down cards and all that stuff. So there's Pete Fox. Steve Larkin. And up next is the 1936 Goudey. These are in black and white. Good. Mickey. Hank. And finishing up the Goudeys, there's the 1941. And oh, these is the same player, just different colors. George Kaufman. Got him in yellow. I'm not too sure what the purpose of this was. Kind of a blue, aqua. And a red. Alright, that was Goudeys. I'll try to turn a little flash on here. Let's see. Now we're going to do 1934 to 1936 Diamond Stars, which pretty much look like the Goudeys. Tom Bridges in the back. So this is a reprint from 1934. There's Mickey. Schoolboy Roll. JoJo. I think Hank Greenberg had the same expression through his whole life. Marvin. And Bill. And here's kind of a rare portrait. Or, I mean, landscape, sorry. This one of Charlie. Ray. Alvin. And finally, another one of Schoolboy Row. Next, we're going to do 1939 Playball. These are all in black and white. And they didn't have the names on the front. Henry Greenberg. There's Schoolboy Roll. Aaron Fox. And this is Tom Bridges. Ralph Kress. One nice thing about these cards is, like, so the back is very nice and plain and easy to read. Roy Bell. George Kaufman. And this is James Walkup. There's Paul Trout. And finally, Luther Thomas. Okay, that was 1939. This is going to be 1940. Playball. And these have names on the front. Hank. Charlie. Bud. Pete. Dizzy. They had cool thing names back then. There's Red. Earl. Alright, now here's a cool nickname. Line Drive Nelson. And your Cotton Pippin. Bing Miller. Where did he play? I was say he looks like a coach, and he is a coach. Alright. Harry Heilman. He doesn't have a nickname. Mickey. Pinky. I'm not sure I want to know what Pinky's supposed to mean. Soupy Campbell. Barney McCuskey. Here we have Hugh Yeehaw Jennings. And Ghost Goslin. Alright, that was 1940. And ramping up 1941, Playball. Yeah, Hank. Charlie. Oop, let me show it back. It's like, once again, it's all basically the same format. There's Soupy. Pinky. Barney. And Tommy. That must be his nickname. What is this? I don't know. That's Thomas. Okay. Alright. So that is the 1941 Playball. We got two more sets to go in this first part. Okay. These are going to be 1947 Tip Top. Not the best looking photo for Hoot. Enriched Tip Top is better bread. John. The two-bagger is a double-decker sandwich made with tip top. There's Fred Hutchison. The great George Cal. Yeah, I grew up listening to him and Al on TV and radio. Eddie Lake. Edgar Mayo. Pat Mullen. Arthur Miller. Or Mills, sorry. James Outlaw. Now that's the cool last name to have. He was probably the nicest guy too in the Tigers. Wakefield. Virgil Trucks. On here he's just Diz, not Dizzy. Birdie. Bob Swift. Here's another. This is like an inmate photograph. Stub Overmeyer. Alright, that was a 1947 tip top. And for the final set, this part one, it's going to be the 1949 reprints of Bowman. Okay. Once again, nothing on the front. It's all on the back. Teddy Ray. There's something interesting. Like that. Not valid were contrary to state laws. Offer expires 12/31/1949. The official baseball ring. Cool. I guess I can't get one now. Let's see. That was Hoot. This is Pat Mullen. Eddie Mayo. Dick Wakefield. Eddie Lake. Now these have the names on front. Just notice that. George Vico. I wonder if that's like a second series or something like that after they decided to put the names on now. Guess they had to be around there to know, I guess. Vic Wertz. Or they're praying them and someone says, "Oh my God, we didn't put the names on the front of these cards. Yeah, stop the presses." Connie Berry. Fred Hutchison. Now he's dizzy again. And finally, Virgil Trucks. Alright, so that is part 1 of my reprints from the pre-1950s. Stay tuned for obviously part 2 of my reprints. Until then, I'll catch you later. Peace.